Hey, what's up? My wife ordered me a accessory for my Model S. It's nothing super extravagant or anything. And honestly, I don't think a lot of people think about this when they buy not just a used car, but a used Tesla. Mine specifically. My car specifically, it doesn't come with a center console. I have a glove box, which is super tiny to begin with. Even in my wife's 2021 Y, it's really small. You're not putting a lot in there. I think the name glove box, they pretty much held it to that standard. It's there for gloves, and nobody wears gloves while they drive. Anyway, my car, all it has is a trough. And that might sound funny, but I'm about to show you what I'm talking about. Sorry about the mark on my face. It might be distracting to some of you. I burnt myself the other day, and it sucks. It's kind of par for the course with me, but, it is what it is. So I'm going to show you what I have, and then I'll show you... I already put it in here last night, and just kind of checked it out as I was taking my son to school. This is what I have. Yeah, today's car cleaning day, so just don't mind that. We've been doing a ton of running around using my car to go get my wife's and stuff like that, so it got dirty. But yeah, so it's quite literally just a trough with a couple USB plugs and a 12 volt. And then this, which is just barely big enough to fit your phone. So what she got me, and I already have some things in it, this is what she got me. It is a silicone insert. It's got a couple cup holders. We're assuming this is a spot for your phone. Just general stuff. I kind of like this for change. I don't actually have change or cash very often, but you never know. As you see, I do now. So it just sits right in. I kind of ran this underneath to try to have the cleanest look that I could. I figure if I'm going to put something in there that organizes, why not try and have it as clean as possible? It's really funny, the light from the camera is actually picking up all this stuff. I can't see that at all. Only on the phone. So, it looks decent. It's nice and black. There's a couple things I don't know, maybe I'd change. I don't really like this. I wish it was more flush like that up against it. Maybe that's kind of petty, but I really wouldn't mind it if it was, like I said, flush. I hate this. I hate that there is a huge gap back here. I guess that's kind of hard to see on the camera because it curves up in the back there, but it sucks. Now, I'm not willing to say that I don't like the product, because as of right now, we still, at least where I live, need a mask everywhere I go. So I kind of using that to hold my mask, and actually, I don't know, it kind of low-key works. It's out of the way, I barely notice it down there, and it's not just masks floating around. My son is doing in-person schooling, and the way they work picking him up is I have a number on a piece of paper. I put it up on my dash, and they come around and send the kids out in the order that you are pulled up through the school. So that works for that little gap. I still have this giant gap, and to be honest, this piece of paper could slide in there even if there wasn't a gap there. But oh, I should have brought a cup. Anyway, these don't look very deep, and they're not, but they work really well for just a regular size, like to-go coffee cup, Starbucks, something like that. I wouldn't have any big open drinks in there, but I don't know, all in all, it works. So I've been using the silicone center console thing for my Model S for about 3 days now. I still like it. It's pretty good. I do wish that it fit a little bit better, as I said earlier in the video. But as I stated, you gotta have masks to go everywhere, at least where I live. There's a couple other things that I need to pick up my son, pieces of paper that it's nice to have handy. So the little bit of a gap has actually worked for me. I am adding this on because the one thing that kind of concerned me was how shallow the cup holders are. And it made me feel like, as I was driving around, going around corners, and just regular driving, that a cup might just spill, because it's, like I said, it's really shallow. It's probably close to a ½ inch more shallow, maybe a little bit less than the cup holders that came in my car, than those. So I just wanted to see if there's any reason that I had to use those over the ones that are up here, how it would work while driving around. So this morning I filled up my coffee cup as always and grabbed my son to take him to school. I had to come to church, so I had about 20 miles worth of driving to do, and I figured this would be a good little test, keeping the cup full and actually using it, drinking, putting it back in there. The placement's good. I actually like where the cup holder spots are. My cup is about the size of a grande Starbucks cup. I'll turn the camera around. So, see, nothing, it's just not very deep. It works really well in this spot. I feel a little bit more secure with it right there, than up here. I don't know. I feel like it's going to spill all over the place up there as opposed to here. There might not be any difference. I'm not entirely sure. As I said, I drove with it in the rear spot. It's easy to reach. It didn't spill at all. It's empty now, but I would say this. I wouldn't be driving with any cup that was like a venti size cup. I think the height with that, mixed with how shallow the cup holder portion is, would be, I think that would lead to coffee or whatever your beverage is being all over the place. So if you buy this and you're driving around with a giant cup in there, or even a water bottle without a lid on there, just keep in mind, if it's really tall, you might have some issues. Or just, use your cup holders that came with the car. They're pretty deep. I haven't had any problem with them. Anyway, I do suggest this product if you're not trying to go the route that I eventually will go, and that's buying the bigger full-on center console. So when I do get to that point, I'll add that review in, and I will compare the two. But for right now, I do enjoy this. The phone slot, like I said earlier, is not big enough for my phone, but I use a giant phone. My wife's iPhone fits in there perfectly. No issues. So, I'll throw a link down in the description. I think I already said that, but it doesn't hurt to say it again. You guys can go check it out. I do want to add on this. I don't ever want to be the guy that begs for subscriptions or likes or anything like that. But I do, however, want to say thank you to the people who have. I do appreciate it. you have to put in a lot of time and a lot of effort to monetize the channel. And so everything to start is out of my pocket, out of my time, and I enjoy doing it. So, you know, take it with a grain of salt, I guess, but I do want to say thank you. I do appreciate it. That said, there will be some new reviews coming of some different EVs. Sounds like I should be doing a Mach-E, the Mustang, here pretty soon. I'm going to try to get my hands on a Cadillac and the Kia. So stay tuned for those. Keep an eye out. I don't know, hit the notification or just pop back to the channel and see when they show up. Anyway, I love you guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.